Morning. What is today? Is today a Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. We're gonna get some Rust Analyzer baking. While that's doing its thing, we're gonna come back over here. Now, you know what? I probably forgot to wire up Godot. I did. Godot. So, been able to get some font rendering here in Godot that looks much better. I'm a little particular to my font rendering, and I wanted to have 3D text, or well, text in 3D space. So we've used a couple of crates here in order to make these. We've used, TTF parser along with Lyon to do the tessellation. And it's created some pretty nice fonts for us. We're gonna now take it to the next step where we need to manage these elements, be able to move them around. As you can see, if we change some of the text, they overlap because it's just creating more meshes on top of one another. So now we get into the part where we start to manage the text and the text layout a little bit better. So let's do that. Now, we have a couple of things that we have to manage, and I would like to write it out here first. So, first thing, we have these things called glyphs, and the glyphs have a number of elements in them. Let's open that file. Glyphs have the array meshes, which is an instance. This is basically the mesh that is used to create the multi-mesh. In Godot, you can render things a little bit faster if you have multiple instances of the same thing if you're using a multi-mesh. So we are going to use a multi-mesh because we would like Godot to optimize the draw calls. So I draw this multiple times, but in only one draw call. And we can have, hopefully, maybe 26 draw calls or however many draw calls. So if we just have the alphabet, like we do here, that would be hopefully 26 draw calls. But right now we have 302, and I think that's an effect of this being done inside of the editor and not necessarily done in-game. I'm not sure on that, but if somebody knows, please tell me. All right, we have our multi-mesh, which is built from the array mesh. We know how far we have to advance for this glyph. So anything that follows this character, this glyph, has to be that far over. This is new. This is the instance index. I'm toying around with this idea. But I think, I'm trying to manage ownership and the Godot API at the same time. Because there's different ways to be able to set the transform for a specific instance. And if we're doing something like we have a text object, it's very tempting to just toss this information in the glyph saying, oh, your first A is here at the beginning, and your second A is, well, here in the middle. So to have something like that keep track of it for you, but I think we need actually another layer in here to be able to keep track of the mesh instances for us for these different glyphs. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of these. I don't want that there anymore. Now, text is our script that we're attaching to this, and I'm wondering if we need one more layer. One for the layout. Because if we did have one for the layout, then we would basically have, let's say, text and has a layout, and that then has many glyphs, or mesh instances and glyphs. And then the layout can control those two things. Because what if we wanted to make a matrix style UI? Right? The layout's going to change. Mesh instance and glyph, those kind of have to be paired together. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, let's create another file. What should we call it? Text layout? Standard layout? Maybe kind of multi-line layout multi-line? I don't know. Well, refactoring that sort of thing is actually pretty easy. So let's just create one. Rust source. Oh, come on, gloves. Yeah, maybe that should also be bundled with text. Oh, these are Rust files. Multiline.rs. Okay. Wire that up. That should be in controls. That's right. There we go. You know what I forgot today? I forgot to send the announcement on Discord. Okay. Now, some of these things can be pushed up or pushed down into that. Let's go back to the layout multi-line. Interesting that we've got these odd indentations. Oh, it's because these numbers have gotten so big. Oh, interesting. Huh. Obstruct. Text layout. Multi-line. Oh, you don't want? We should have something else actually do the layout. This thing could take a layout. Maybe we make this generic. Not type. Trait. So we could have some sort of trait set up for this. and have this take a trait. Where the layout is actually passed in. Well, that could be interesting. All right, let's grab some of these elements that we want in there. Either that, or we simply have this take the layout. That, I think, makes more sense. Or layouts in L. I feel like I gotta rename this file now. Missing generic for that. Wait. What's the error? Oh. Is that not what we called it? Text layout? Or did Vim just not know about it somehow? I know we don't have any functions, but let's say we do have a function layout. And what would this take? This would take self, a mutable reference to self, along with the glyphs. See, this is where we get back to having that other object. Because now I want to pass in every single one of those elements here. Basically these two pieces. So if we did have something else, we could just pass those in. So let's say we do need the glyphs. We also need the other settings for this. Let's pretend that if we are implementing a multi-line, if we're implementing text layout for multi-line text layout, that was already created with some settings in this constructor. This is going to be a hash map, basically the same thing that we had over here, chart to option glyph. Probably create a type for that. Go ahead and set that up in mod. Right. doubling the visibility on these. All right, for now, let's just go ahead and going. Pub type glyphs. Going to be a hash map of a char to option glyph. Let's change that in a couple places. Set that to glyphs. That one's good. Let's go change that in text. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, we have to import that. Why is it saying import bevy? Do I still have that in cargo? Removed bevy. Wrong cargo. Oh, bevy ECS is there. We're getting rid of that. For now, at least. That might screw things up. We'll deal with that. Okay, import that. And where does glyph live? Glyph should probably be inside of text or font. Explore. Here we have font and glyph. Let's move those. You think there should be a separate directory, separate module for the font and text stuff? Possibly. Let's create one.